Hey everybody, it's Angel and
I have to say my name.
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Welcome to Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Happy Hump Day! Whoop 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 whoop! Happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. So a video dropped. Whoop whoop! Right? I'm a whoop whooping today.
Apparently. Got some issues or something.
Glad to see you all here, and I hope you had a chance to watch the video. It is on the churn dash. Now, I gave how to make a churn dash very simply, shorter-ish video, 24 minutes, thank you. It's shorter-ish, yeah.
Short for you.
Yeah, it is short for me. So, but there was a reason behind all of this, and the reason is because for Local Quilt Shop Day, January 25th, 2025. Man, there's a lot of fives and two. It is Local Quilt Shop Day. So I'm going to first emphasize that each and every one of you, I hope that you find an opportunity to go show your love to your local quilt shop, wherever that may be. Okay? This is our day to show our shops that we love them, right? And that we appreciate them there and everything that they do to go along with that. So we are also participating. So for those of you who are local, we will have some sales throughout the day. We'll have a couple of demos that we're going to be doing. And then we're also doing the Churn Dash block as an entire project. But that's where we invited all of you.
Near or far.
Near or far. Very well said. And that, what did Tam say? We will make a project. No, that's not what she said. We'll make something beautiful together for a great cause. Isn't that what she said?
Sounds about right. I don't know. I don't memorize words like that. I didn't read it. You read it to me, so.
So what we're doing is we offered to make a 9.5. Make some math easy. That's why I chose 9.5. We went to 12 at one point, but that's a huge block. We had 10.
I don't know.
We were all over the place, and I could have done it.
Yeah.
But we made it simpler, more simple. Okay.
Simpler?
More simple.
Simpler?
Yeah, simpler.
Okay.
So what we're asking is if you will want to participate, that you will.
Hang it higher.
Oh, okay.
Higher. There you go.
Make a churn dash, okay, 9.5 inch unfinished, okay, and then send it to us by the 14th of February. And Michael made one today. First time ever making half square triangles, right here. I'm going to show you the block if you will let me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So he made his own first time. Gotta love it. Wait till y'all see it. He's such a natural. So, but it everybody will make one, send it all in. I have agreed to put them all together, and I had that hesitation because it always makes me a little nervous.
Working with other people's.
Working with other people's, yes.
Yep.
But I will be very, very kind. So I will put all the blocks together, and then Michael has agreed to quilt it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it'll hang in the shop once
like
it is quilted for like a year until the next quilting day, quilt shop day, local quilt shop day.
Yeah.
And then at that point we'll sell it, and all of the money that it brings in from that sale we will donate together as to a local, or not to a local, not necessarily, to a charity. Now we'll talk more on that later because we want your input on what charity, but we have to have a way to do it so that we all can have our word heard.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out all the details on it and all that. So
yeah, but that'll come later. We got to get the blocks first.
Yep.
We got to make this beautiful creation together.
So.
Now there are no rules, guys. Just the size. As far as fabric goes, I want to talk a little bit about that because I didn't talk about that in the video. It's supposed to be scrappy, okay? It's supposed. Ooh, the heat went off. That's nice. It's supposed to be, well, Michael decided to make it reflect some of himself. What makes him happy. It's your favorite designer is in there. The color choices. It says a statement about who Michael is and what he is about, okay, as a quilter. So it's part of the story of the quilt he put himself in. That's fine if that's the way you want to go. Or maybe you're just going through your stash and you figure out what you have enough of. okay?
Yep. There's no rules.
No rules, okay? It's going to be scrappy. We love the scrappy. We're going to have fun with it. I can't wait to see it. And wait till you see my 2 blocks with Michael's, and you're going to be like, ooh, okay. It's supposed to be that way. So if you're more modern, make it more modern. If you're more traditional, make it traditional. But that's what we're doing.
Hello, Terry.
Hey, Terry. Hand.
Here, look at it on mine.
Well, I can't see that either. Just tell me what it says.
No, it's a...
Oh.
It's an emoji.
It's an emoji. Waving back at you, Terry. That's so funny.
That's why I was like, I'd rather show it because
I was like, hand pink waving. What does that mean?
And that's with the 2 little dots. It means it's an emoji.
Oh.
Yeah, because some don't show
Hey
up on
there,
here.
Angel. Glad to see you. You had a snow day.
We had a cold day.
We had snow here. You did and I did.
Yeah.
We had one, but we came to work. It was, and it's cold now. It's really cold, and it's supposed to be really, really cold tonight. Now I say really cold. Now she's in Texas, so I wonder what her really cold is. Well, you have to tell us what your really cold is. Ours tonight, I think, is 10. Yeah, 10 degrees tonight.
It was different for me.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is a little different because you're up north. You're the Nova people.
I'm not.
No, just kidding for all those Nova people.
I'm not Nova. Just live
So, at any rate, Scrappy is happy. You had 4 inches of snow. My God bless America.
in Texas.
Woo,
like
doggy. Is
record
that a record? Yeah, not in Texas, Houston area.
Oh,
Southern Texas.
That's a record. Is Texas sick?
15 degrees.
It was like 15, I think. That's gross.
Holy moly, that is incredible.
That's gross.
Well, for all of you in Texas or anywhere in the South that are just like, what is this white stuff? Or
it's called
what
snow.
is the? Yep.
It makes things slick. Don't travel.
And it's super cold.
Yeah.
But it will go away eventually.
It will melt.
It will melt, and the
and
cold
then freeze
will
again.
Stop it. But it will get warmer, so we just have to sew through this. Okay, just sew through it. Okay. Oh look, I had a flip stitch.
And you yelled at me about it.
I did. Look at that. What do you know? Okay, so I just happened to notice. At any rate, as far as picking fabrics, there are a couple things that I wanted to just mention, besides what I already did. These are 3.5 inch unfinished blocks. Okay, before they're in the block, they're 3.5 inches. So your half square triangle is just half of that. Okay, so if you pick something that has a very large print, it may not show in the half square triangle. So be cognitive. You can always put a ruler over it and see what that diagonal line with the 3.5 would look like, and then that might give you an idea of what the fabric would look like when it's cut and pressed and sewn into a half square triangle.
The most snow they've gotten in over 100 years.
Oh my God, that's a long one.
Well, I just saw New Orleans got snow. It was the first time they got snow that much snow in over 100 years.
In Texas?
No, New Orleans.
Oh yeah, New Orleans, yeah. So that's first and foremost. The second thing is, if you pick directional fabric, I know people, it ain't gonna matter. This is supposed to be a happy day. Just one block, okay? So it really shouldn't matter which way your fabric is gonna turn when you do the half square triangle. However, there are some of us that it would drive bonkers, okay? You're gonna be looking at it and going, I don't like this. So if you are one of those quilters that are very OCD-like, and I say that with love because I'm like that. Hi, Melissa. Glad to see you. You're awesome too, girly. Then stay away from directional fabric. Just saying. If that'll drive you crazy. If it won't, have fun with it. Because it's all going to be fine.
Rules.
It's all going to be fine. There are no rules.
Just guidelines.
Just Well, the only one thing is 9.5 inches.
Yeah, just keep it that size and do your thing.
Yeah, after that, do your thing. That is absolutely correct. Have super fun with it.
It repeated itself. But she said Houston was all shut down, basically.
Oh, I believe that.
School was closed yesterday and today.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
well, that's a lot of snow.
I had a typo. I saw your typo.
But he read through it. Because we're used to typo knees. At least he's used to reading it from this one. So that's about the fabric. On your fabric choices. The only real couple of things that I have a list, but I'm not going to go through it all. I think it's not worth it. That last 2 presses, when you sew the the top and bottom row to the center row, it really doesn't matter which way you press it, guys. It really doesn't. I say press away from the block.
From the middle.
From the middle of the block to keep the bulk moving away from the center. That's the only reason, okay? I like to spread the wealth of the fabric so it's somewhere to go, because going towards the middle, there ain't nowhere to go. But when you push it away from the block, it has somewhere else to go. That's the only reason. If you press them towards the middle, ain't nobody gonna care. We ain't gonna care, okay?
No.
Oh, it's a tat. Oh, you're wearing a ring.
I wear the ring all the time.
Yeah, but no.
No.
Nobody. Well, we promise you, we would tell you.
Everyone would know.
Everybody will know.
I wouldn't be allowed to hide it.
Yeah, true story. But no. Good. Look, she's got eyes.
That was good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to see who was that. See, this is me looking. Okay. All right.
Sewing with Elaine.
Yes, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Such a great guy. Okay, so the other thing that I want to mention, when you're looking, I'm going to pull you in over the overhead because I have 2 things left. That's it, guys. Just 2, and then we'll look at Michael's block with mine. Okay.
I like mine.
The points of your half square triangles, okay? You want them to be around 1/4 inch from the edge of the fabric. If, for instance, they are like less than 1/8, they're going to get cut off when we sew them all together. So it's something you want to just be cognitive. Now, if they're not perfectly 1/4, listen, I'm a quilter just like you. I can fudge just about anything. Less than 1/8, I'm going to struggle, okay? So it's just something else to be cognitive of. That point should be about 1/4 inch from the edge of the fabric, okay? That's it. Last but not least, I'm going to pull you in the overhead, and I'm going to talk to you about trimming down. Now, I have a little example right here, this little tiny thing. And this is from anytime I make half square triangles, you know how you cut off? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
You're good. Calm down. You're fine. Just keep doing your thing. Let me mess with this.
I know, but I was like, oh, no. Okay. I save them together, and then I stitch them as leader enders. And eventually, I will put all of them together one day. Okay?
One day.
But that one day. Eventually, I'll start putting them in 2x2s and 4x4s, and yeah. But for right now, I just sew them together. So that's what this is. It's a leftover from a half square triangle, and I'm going to use it just to show you a little bit about something I left out in how when you're squaring the half square triangles. Okay, something very simple. So I'm going to stand up here. You ready to switch?
Sure. Ready?
No.
Okay. Cool. Oh no.
Pain in the butt. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go.
All right, so here we have, which way's my mountain? Okay, I told you to put the mountain that way. The mountain side to the top first. It's just, if you keep, you don't have to, guys, but if you keep things consistent and you do it the same way every time, then when something goes awry, you'll know what happened, or you have more of an idea of why that might have happened because you've been doing it the same all the time. Okay, if you start switching things around, then it gets ugly. Okay, so this one, whoa, it's going to be tiny. It will become a 2, I'll probably do a 1.5. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I told y'all in the video, this is my 1.5, okay? This line right here, and this line right here. And the first time we cut, you want to line up that diagonal along the diagonal of the square, okay? And then you want to be on the valley side but butted next to the
What the butt?
of the mountain. Yep. Then what I didn't point out is, now notice the first cut I will be bigger than 1.5, and then when I turn it, I'll line it up on the 1.5. But I didn't mention this little piece right here, this point along that diagonal, and this one down here. You want it to, you can see at this point that it's on that seam line, because you might think you're straight, but then you might have it where it's off down here. Okay, that happened earlier with me and Michael. We were both trying to figure it out, and then lo and behold, we had a little piece, right? So you want to make sure that that's right there together, okay? That line is working along that seam before you cut. Cut it bigger still, because this is 1.5. Turn it, and then line up the 1.5. The video shows you that. I just didn't talk about this line going all the way through that seam. That's it. That's all I wanted to add with that. So I will, I think, talk about nesting, because that's the biggest thing I see, but I'll talk about it after I show your block, Michael. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
That sounds good.
So this is the model that we did. And I noticed with talking to Michael, I have a flip stitch. And I told him, make sure you don't have flip stitches. And I have one.
Yep.
That's the model that you see in the video. This is the one I made with y'all. No flip stitches. There's the model. I mean, the one I made with you. And then here's Michael's. Now, this is what I'm saying. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous, though? And this is his first time making half square triangles. I think he did phenomenal. Just going to say, this is phenomenal. But you see the difference, right? But this is Michael. This is what this speaks Michael. He put himself into this block. So they're going in the same quilt, guys. So the point is, there's no rules. Whatever makes you happy, that's what we want to see, okay? Because that'll make quite a story for the quilt that we're going to sell. It'll make a beautiful part of the story to know that we have different people involved and they're part of their story in it. So I just wanted, but he did a good job. First time half square triangles, I think, and the first time in months since you've actually sewn blocks together.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it has. This is fantabulous. I hope y'all like this. This is Dan Morris. We don't have this fabric anymore. It's sold out, but that's his favorite.
But that's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, it's his favorite designer.
Yeah.
And it was called Painted Wings, yes, in case you're interested. And then this is actually, is this shabby or is this?
Shade.
Is it shades?
Shabby.
I think it's shades.
I think it's shade.
Phantom. No.
Phantom is
lighter.
It's like a blue almost.
Oh, I think this is shade, yeah.
And it's
Midnight? No, it's blue. I don't know. It's one of those colors. Slate? No, it's not slate.
Slate's gray.
We should know this.
I can't remember.
I know. All of
I
a sudden we're
can
drawing, and we can see it on the bolt.
I can't see the color. I can't see the name. Like, I'm missing a name. There's one name, then it's this one that I can't remember.
So,
but yeah,
I think it's Phantom.
Is it Phantom?
I think it's Phantom. Yeah, I think it's Phantom.
I'll take it. But I don't
So,
think it is.
at any rate, this is Michael's block. It will go with these blocks. Won't that be fun? And we were talking about it. There's another fabric in here that has butterflies and a lot of space. And he chose not that fabric because you wouldn't see but maybe a wing in parts of it.
Or maybe this one will have a butterfly, but then this one wouldn't. And,
right.
You know, I was just like, eh.
And so we also talked about, since then, he could reverse it. So he could have had a black or a dark, whatever color this is, churn dash, and then the background fabric could have been the painted wings, and the center we would fussy cut the butterfly.
Cut a butterfly at 3.5.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be
but you also have to make sure you have enough scrippy scraps, because we're telling everybody to use your scrippy scraps.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That was a good idea.
It is a good idea.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Get
here.
your hand out of there.
I'm sorry.
You ready to switch?
We're ready to switch.
All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Set, click. Click. There it goes. Steph says it's her favorite block.
Say what?
Steph says, oh, my
Hey!
fave block.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Churn Dash is Sassy Steph's favorite block.
Gotcha.
It is her absolute favorite.
It's
very cool. And
I like it. Yeah. There's a lot you can do with it.
There's a lot you can do with it. Yes, and it didn't take you long.
No, I started
took you-
after 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The longest part is cutting the fabric.
Yeah.
The rest of it, it goes fast.
Yeah.
One
You
block,
can-
guys.
you
One
can
block.
finish a
That's
quilt-
all we're
You can
asking
finish a
for.
whole quilt with that in like a couple days.
Yeah, you could.
Easy.
Oh, and wait till they see the finish. Now, being scrappy, they're not going to see the secondary
Patterns
patterns.
as well.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
It-
not
we-
as well.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
Mhm.
But glad to see you, Sassy Steph. But that is the Churn Dash. And the other thing, I see this a lot with my 101ers. So if you're struggling with nesting your seams and still getting those points together, Michael's going to talk about his experience with it in just a second. If they're not lining up when you open it and you go, because they're not together, right? When you nest your seams and you, first and foremost, I encourage pinning. I know we hate to pin, but the pin makes it so the
difference,
fabric don't shift, okay? So if you're still pinning, if you're pinning and you're still having it, when you go to nest, you want to make sure that there's no gap, okay? Because when you open that up, that gap will look like they're not lining up. The other thing that happens is they are overlapping. If they're overlapping or a gap, you will see that your seams are not lined up. Very common thing that happens. And whenever it's so fun because when they open it up and it's not lining up, the first thing you do is you look at those seams and you can see that there's a gap or an overlay. So you're saying
There's like a trick.
For
like,
you.
For me at least. I start where it's purposely overlapped. Just a little bit. And then you kind of go like, I'm not even kidding, just a little bit of movement, right? Because you want it close, but a little bit overlapped, and you'll feel it go.
You'll feel it pop
Like it's
into
like a
place.
little. You feel it happen. It's like bloop, and then you switch it and you check it, and you line it back up, and you pin it. Done. But you can feel it.
You can feel it pop into place.
Pop it. It pops in, and I mean you can push it too far, and then there's the gap. But then you pull it back, and you can feel it. You'll feel it like hit itself. But if you do it on the overlap first, and then you'll feel that. You stop. Perfect.
So it's all about feeling. For
I can
you.
feel it. Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
I know the pop you mean.
Little-
You can feel it.
It goes like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so funny.
But that's what I do. I mean,
and
everyone's
it
different.
worked.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're perfect on your points, dude. Yeah. Pinning. Because you can imagine being underneath the sewing machine
Well, I can.
and then it not.
I think I could do it without pinning.
People can.
Yeah.
People can.
The pinning helps. Do not get me wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's the only time with that and borders, and
you can-
points.
And so I mean, like I'll even when I'm doing it and like pushing it along, I'll feel it, make sure it's still in the same spot as it's going. forward
Okay,
to
that's a
make
good
sure.
idea.
Yeah.
See, the issue, and I'm glad you say that because I know a lot of people can feel when they're putting it under their machine. I have sensory issues, so I can't feel that. So there are other people that are
Well,
going to have sensory issues
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And I have issues with it too, to be honest with you. But it's
For some reason, you can feel it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
It's kind of like when people say, and tell me if y'all experience. They say that you can hear when your needle is bad.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to hear that.
Oh, it's a weird sound. It's
Yeah.
like. Well, it's like I can hear electricity. So I
I
don't
can
know.
too,
I know,
but it took me a long time to understand
the
what
sound.
they meant.
It's like a rip. Every time it pokes in, it's like ripping through the fabric.
I hear it now,
Oh.
but for years I did not hear this, and everybody would say, "Well, you can hear it." No, I can't hear it. So
I don't know.
give me something else to go by.
I can hear it and I can feel it
Oh, you can feel it.
when you're.
How's that needle feel?
It's all right.
Okay,
It's not dead, but it's not great either.
it's about ready to change.
Soon.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay.
I would say, but I don't know. It didn't do any
Ripping.
ripping, so it's.
And I will tell you, if you're working with digital prints, if you see
The-
lines
Yeah.
from where you're stitching, time for a needle change.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's like past the time you should have changed it.
No, well, when it starts, that's when you should do it. Yeah. Yeah. I have an example of that, and I'll share it with you on another live, because I ignored it, and it kept getting worse.
And the lines
And
went
a lot
from,
of
like,
people
this
get
long
a lot of
to
people
this long.
yeah, a lot of people get frustrated with it, thinking it's the digital printing of the fabric. It's not. It's time to change your needle. Just saying.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. You'll see
does,
it. You'll
yeah.
see it. So, at any rate, that
also
is the
can-
churn
yeah.
dash. That's all the little tips and tricks. Does anybody have a tip or trick for when they make half square triangles or churn dashes or monkey wrenches? Some people call that a monkey wrench. So if you're going to look in history books, sometimes that's what they're labeled as. Or if you use EQ8, they call it a monkey wrench. So
I was just showing them again. I don't know why.
because it's cool.
Yeah.
Because you're so excited.
Oh, I like that. I want to make a whole quilt.
You had a lot of fun with
Yeah.
it.
Half square triangles.
Not
are-
half rectangle
I
triangles.
know. I just called them that earlier the other day. Half square triangles are those are kind of fun.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
fun. Something different. That's your first time ever doing them.
Mm-hmm.
And you get better and better as you get going. I mean, you're fine.
I think. Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. If you say
There's
so.
no better that you have to get.
Oh, okay.
But you can see how sewing next to the line made a difference, because if you would have sewn on the line,
It
you
would
may
have
not
been
have.
off. Yeah.
You would have not had enough to be 3.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need that little
You need that little
space.
oomph.
Yeah, that little space.
Just a little though. So right next to it, so you have enough in your seam when you cut it down the middle. You did good. I'm impressed.
I just sent it.
You, here we go.
I did. I just do as I'm told.
But yeah, that was fun. So we hope you will participate. Remember, I don't know if I said this.
What?
If you're participating, we would love to have
Oh.
the block by the 14th of February. So we made
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's. We made it easy to remember. I don't even know if that's a Sunday. I have no earthly idea. But that is a day we'd like to have them in.
It's a school day.
Is it? Okay.
It's like a Friday, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just picked it because it makes it easy to remember. If you're making one, we'd love to have you participate. Oh, speaking of, somebody did comment on the video, and I want to point this out.
Oh.
This may be a quilting debate, but we're just having fun, guys. Just remember that, okay? Hey there, Sharina. Glad to see you. So the question was, are we pre-washing fabric? We at Halo do not pre-wash our fabrics, okay? Sometimes we starch. The fabrics that were starched in these blocks were all of these fabrics were starched. Only the dark was starched.
Was it?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, okay.
And
The white.
the white of this one. This was not starched, okay? So starch, the person, I know what they're thinking. So people, and I totally get it. If you pre-wash some and not others, then you might have some fun when you go to wash the quilt, because some things were pre-shrunk and some things weren't. I have been doing this for years. Some things are starched, some things aren't, because I don't starch my pre-cuts.
Nope, none of them.
So I've been mixing and washing a long time and haven't had much trouble with that. Just saying. And being that we are doing this as a fun collaborative, if you want to pre-wash, you go ahead. We want you to be happy, okay? Maybe if it's in your stash, that's best, right? And you may have already pre-washed the fabric.
Yeah, it's like store-bought fabric I don't wash. If thrift store bought, yes, I wash.
There
That
you
makes
go.
sense.
Oh, well, that makes total sense. But if you are using pre-washed, if you starch it, pre-shrinks it too. So if you starch it, if you pre-wash it, if you don't do nothing but iron it, it's fine. We want y'all to have a good time. That's the thing. And then we're making something beautiful together for a great cause. Okay?
I don't unless I buy it at a yard sale and it smells funny.
Well, Sharina is the bomb.com.
That's pretty much.
Yeah,
If my fabric smelled funny, I'd probably pre-wash it too. No matter where it came from.
no matter where it came from. I I got some thoughts that came. I don't want to go there. So, if you do, great. If you don't, great. I promise you it's all going to be okay. So.
Well, it's a wall hanging.
No, this might be a quilt.
It could down the road, but for a year, it's wall hanging.
Oh.
It
might be a big wall hanging.
But it's a wall hanging.
Yeah.
So I'm not washing that off the rip. It's going to be hanging up.
Maybe we should wash it.
Off the rip?
Yeah, so we can get the crinkly.
I love the crinkly.
We all like the
We'll
crinkly.
have to process that.
We'll have to process it, okay.
If it was given to me, I pre-wash.
Oh, there you go. See, she's not silly. She knows what she's doing.
See?
Yeah.
It smells funny and wash it. Same principle.
So, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all are great. But those are fantabulous. And if you have in your stash enough to make one of these blocks, doesn't take a lot, guys. It really does not.
No. We had
and
scraps
it's
and we
fabric that's already washed. It's fine. It really is.
Yep.
Just have fun. Have fun.
Just make a churn dash.
Just make a churn.
That's it. Nothing crazy.
Just make Sassy Steph's favorite block. We're all making Sassy Steph's favorite
liking
block.
this
We
block.
should have called this a Sassy Steph project.
I'm starting to like it too.
I know. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
So she did a project where she actually embroidered in here.
That's too much.
No, on the machine. Hit a button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. They turned out really
Wall
cool.
hanging, just toss in dryer to clean. I mean, yeah. Yeah, get all the dust off of it.
Yeah. Well, eventually it'll be a quilt, though. If somebody so chooses. Whoever buys the thing is going to do
Well, yeah,
whatever
they
they
do whatever
want.
they want, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if I buy the thing, it's going to be a keepsake. So
It'll be wall hanging if I buy it.
Yeah. See.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, it's just two of us. We might be fighting with some people.
That's okay.
So anyway, at any rate, Churn Dash local quilt shop day. Last but not least, go visit your local quilt shop. Even if you can't get out of the house because you're snowed in, visit them online if they have an online side. Show your quilt.
Yeah.
Show your local quilt shop
some love.
Yes.
They deserve it.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you're willing to participate, 14 February, have your blocks in.
Valentine's Day.
I will, it's on the bottom of the video on YouTube, the quilt shop's mailing address, and also the subcuts that you need. But I will put it in underneath this video also. Should have thought of that. Why don't I think of these things?
I don't know.
Why don't you think of these things?
Today I was
after
working
we
on
get
the
out.
mega churn dash that I made with Christmas fabric.
Oh.
Hello, Grass.
I don't
That's a-
see.
Chris.
I don't see.
It's right above it. Chris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Joyce. I don't know what that says.
Thank you
Hello.
for your
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing. We'd love to. We can't wait to talk more with you.
The last one we had went out of business back in November. Now I have to go to Joanne's.
Oh,
an hour
stop.
train ride away.
Oh, stop it. That's awful. And then Joanne's just filed bankruptcy again.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
If they don't get a buyer, they're going to have to liquidate.
There
But they're hoping to get a buyer. But that's a whole nother story. Although, as quilters, you know, some of us, there's a lot of good things. Let's just be real. I send people there all the time.
Well, yeah, it has its use.
It has its place. And so we don't want to see people go under.
No.
We just don't.
Well, people. That's a. That's a.
But we don't want
That's
to
a
see
conglomerate.
We don't want to see that.
That's not a people.
I mean, that's a big business, been around a long time.
Yeah, but that's not a person.
Well, we don't want to see businesses go under. We just don't. It's not nice. Oh my God.
Whatever.
And it has a lot of great things there.
They have a lot of great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They also undermine all the local quilt shops, and I don't like it.
Well, I don't think they're doing that on purpose.
Or I don't think it's on purpose, but that's what happens, so I don't like it.
But at any rate, one burned down last month.
So none close.
Oh my God.
Well, that's why you just order before I go back to the house.
Except they have other stuff. They have better. They have some different.
They have
stuff.
some stuff that we don't. Yeah. No, I agree.
So. Okay. Well, that is That is Wednesday. That is hump day today. Video drop. Check it out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email or drop it in the comments. That's what we're here for. And we hope to see your churn dash coming through before the 14th of February. I will put it on the address in this video, but also check out the video. It'll give you the subcuts and everything you need. So you're doing something. Oh no, she is not. Is that Pug Mama? It is. Hey, Pug Mama, glad to see ya. But she is hand sewing. Woo, doggy.
Have fun.
I don't hand sew seams. I have hand quilted, but I won't do that for a long time if I do it again. But I started to really enjoy hand embroidery. I didn't think I would.
Hurt.
But it's different.
My hands hurt.
I'm telling you.
I'm not doing it. I just want to tell machines to do stuff.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're a gadgety kind guy. Yeah. Yeah.
I like my technology.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Sherry. Sherry's a gadget girl.
Yeah. Gadgets are fun.
Yeah.
My guild is busy making and donating quilts to the victims of the LA wildfires.
Oh, that's so sweet.
There's a,
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
They need it. I mean, that's what quilters do, right? We get on board, and when we see catastrophes, we make quilts, and we give our labor of love.
First quilt repair.
Ooh, that's a little scary. Oh, she doesn't hand sew either. Yeah, Pug Mama.
That's what machines are for.
But yeah, that's what quilters do. We jump to the cause, and when somebody gets a quilt, they're embraced by love and they feel it. Yeah. And it's very, very appreciated. So good for your local guild.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is really, really cool. So, okay, guys. Well, we're going to let you get going because we know you're going to want to make a churn dash. It just takes a couple hours. So even if you're super slow at sewing, it doesn't take very long. 1 block, guys. 1 block. So we hope to see them soon. Next week is Whip Wednesday, so we'll be back at you live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for our Whip Wednesday. And we're going to go from there. So, and we hope for all you locals, we hope to see you in the quilt shop on Saturday.
If my machine can't do it, it doesn't get done.
Air high five.
Yep.
Gosh, help us. Gosh, help us if our machines go to the spa, because then we just cry. But keep up and going, keep inspired, and until next time, guys, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing and never stop making your dreams in quilting come true. We love y'all. Happy hump day. Whoop, whoop. Happy churn dash making.
Oh, stay safe.
And he's looking at me like, what? And we will see you all